God puts us in nations, in places, not by mistake, but to do a job. What if we opened our eyes to the needs of our colleagues, of our leaders, of our subordinates, and we were a priest on their behalf?
My name is Brett Johnson.
I'm Lynn Johnson.
And we'd like to welcome you to the Repurposing Business podcast that will be coming to you each week.
Welcome to Season 6, How to Work Like God in 31 Ways.
Welcome back to Work Like God in 31 Ways, Way 24, Work Redemptively. Some years ago, I got to meet Mike Cheeves, an amazing guy who's since gone on to be with the Lord. And Mike told me the story of his chief financial officer. Mike had gone off to a businessman's breakfast, and there was a gentleman sharing his testimony. And the testimony was that he'd just come out of jail, and he'd been in jail for embezzling funds from an organization. And Mike went up to him and hired him. It sounds counterintuitive, but Mike's rationale was, somebody who's been in jail for embezzling funds is going to be completely trustworthy. He'll never do it again. And the backstory is that this gentleman was working for a Christian nonprofit that was holding conferences, and he was their chief finance guy, but he was a pre-believer. He didn't yet have a relationship with Jesus Christ. But as he went around the country and he heard the speakers and the messages that they were giving, he became convinced of the truth. And he felt that he needed to put his life right with God, which is what he did. And when he did that, then of course the natural next step was to go and to tell the people running this ministry, this is what I've been doing. I've been embezzling funds. And they promptly charged him, and he ended up in jail. So my friend Mike hired him. Work redemptively. When Jesus went into the marketplace and hired people at 9 in the morning, at noon, and 3 in the afternoon, you might conclude that he hated unemployment. The other story is that his hiring practices were redemptive. So likewise, our work should be redemptive and bringing redemption into people's lives. The whole story of creation and the fall and the redemption is the story of history. God made the earth. He placed people there to steward the resources and to work the earth. They turned away from God. Work became difficult. He sent his son, the second Adam, who redeemed work from a curse, redeemed everything that had gone wrong, and now he gives us the responsibility of continuing his work. It's a fairly straightforward message. In 1 Thessalonians, Paul says to the working people in Thessalonica, which is still a working town today, when I think of you, I thank God for 3 things. Your work produced by faith, your labor of love, and your perseverance coming out of hope. And as we work by faith and we labor motivated by love, then our work is redemptive. Take a look at the things that you're doing and say, could my work get a fine-tuning, a bit of a kingdom tweak, a kingdom twist, so that it wasn't just work that was good work, but work that went the extra mile and became redemptive. Work like God, work redemptively.